continue with Hilchot De'os. And we are up to chapter 5. Okay, last Mishnah. In Mishnah 13 says, the Torah sage should conduct his business dealings with honesty and good faith. When his answer is no, he says no. When his answer is yes, he says yes. We're going to explain all of this. You know, like right away, we know like some people who says yes, it means I don't know, right? Maybe, most likely not. And people say no, they say ask me second time, maybe I'll agree. Or I said no, but offer me better conditions. He is stringent with himself in accountings, gives and yields, right? So you see a lot to learn to the others when he buys from them, but is not demanding about what they owe him. He pays for his purchases immediately. He does not act as guarantor. We're going to see that. Accept deposits, accept object for deposit, or act as a debt collector for a lender. He accepts obligation in the matters of buying and selling, for which the Torah does not hold him liable, in order to uphold and not go back on his verbal commitment. So a lot to say about these things. If others have obligated him by law, he grants them an extension and pardons them. He lends and bestows gifts. He does not encroaches upon another occupation, nor does he ever causes someone discomfort. The rule is that he should be among the pursued and not the pursuers, among those who accept humiliation and not among those who humiliate others. Whoever does all the above and the like, of him, it says in Yeshayahu 49:6, that he said to me, meaning HaShem, you are my servant, Israel, you my servant Israel, through whom I will be glorified. So, I mean, you see the clear connection with the book we just stopped, stopped, right? So it says through, meaning the people, when they serve Hashem, so they glorify His name. Right, it's the last idea, and here that's how this paragraph ends. Exactly the same idea. Glorify Hashem. All right, so let's start from the beginning with commentaries, and we're going to explain. And it says, the Torah sage should conduct his business dealings with honesty, right, and good faith. Let's see the commentary. So again, before we go to say the Torah sage, so it's actually as we commented before, I think last time or time before, it says the Torah sage, but all of us should strive to be on this, as we learned today, Madrega, on this level, to be on the Torah sage, and we have to bring ourselves up to this level, right? Because technically, does not matter so much how much Torah you know to be a decent person, to be an honest person, right? Of course, maybe you don't need you don't know halacha, you can ask, but otherwise there is not such a big difference. Okay, so you still can conduct business honestly. Okay, so again, from the beginning, the Torah sage should conduct his business dealing with honesty and good faith. Commentary. Yom 86a lists as one of the ways a person can make the name of God beloved. Right? How? Meaning when he's honest, when people know when he said yes, it's yes. When he said no, it's no. Right? If he promised, okay, so but the prices change and looks like he can add 20%. Okay, he added, but for example, the prices went up 30%. So if he's going to tell me 20% more, would I refuse? No, I would agree. Still, it's for me, it's worth it. But should we do it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Of course, we should not do like against our own interest, like to lose, for example. To lose, you're not obligated, but not to make extra, yes. Okay. In Talmud Shabbos 119b, explained that the dearth of the people who conducted their business dealings honestly was one of the reasons Yerushalayim was destroyed. Explained that the dearth of people who conducted their business dealing honestly was one of the reasons Yerushalayim was Jerusalem destruction. Dearth of people, right? So meaning that at that time, I mean, of course, when we see, and maybe we're going to give this class. That's because I wanted to do it for a long time now, and we did it on different channel, but on this we never did. So we should give this class why the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, right? And if you look at the Gemara, so they say different reasons. So they say because of the three cardinal sins. Yeah, it says so. About second Beis Hamikdash, it says about the baseless hatred, sinas hinam, and we have to understand who actually hated whom, right? And when we start delving into details, and you see that most of the things what people say, they are it's not true, it has nothing to do with truth. And I tell you more, they have nothing to rely on. But BeEzrat HaShem, it's for another day. That's in my plans to do it, but it would take me maybe 1 hour, maybe more. BeEzrat HaShem. Okay. So they say another reason, because there were not enough honest people to do business in Jerusalem. That's why it was destroyed. Continue. When he says no, when there says no, he says no. When there says yes, he says yes. And it's like today in politically correct world, especially in a Western country, so people don't they try to be politically correct and not embarrass anybody, not to offend anybody. So they say, are you coming? Say, we'll see. I think so, but I have to talk to my wife. And sometimes I know exactly the situation of that person. There is no way that he's going to make it. And just say, I apologize, I'd love to come, but I cannot. Right? And people say, no, but maybe this and that. So they ask me, are you going to come? I said, no, I'm not going to go. Oh, so it's could you lie? No, why should I lie? Why should I it's still never does steal somebody's mind? I cannot come for whatever my reasons are. I don't have to explain you. If you want, I can explain. But I'm not going to come. Did I say I'm? Did I say I'm not going to come because I want to ask me that you're going to sit me next to yourself? I did not. I just say, you asked me if I'm going to come. I said, I'm not going to come. So it's not, I'm not, no, nobody should ask me a second time. I mean, that's not the person, the purpose, right? But when you say yes, you come in tomorrow. So they say, 7:30, can you be there? And as I said many times, people say, and I see you see in their eyes, they have no intention to be there whatsoever. But because people look at them and they count them and say, yes, sure, 7:30, of course. The guy never came in on 7:30 million, never ever. So now he said tomorrow he's going to come. So yeah, so it's that's not what Hashem wants from us. Right, and some people know that some people are liars, and they still ask them. Okay. Commentary. He does not try to deceive others and create false impressions. Right. Right. False impression meaning that he's coming. Right. Right, so if we say yes, it means yes. If you say no, it means no. That's it. I mean, it sounds like a childish on one hand, but on the other hand, in politically correct world, it's not so many people who would be truthful Of course, we try not to offend anybody's feelings, and you have to be nice and cordial and everything. But sometimes you have to say no, but not because right. So let's say quietly, I guess. But continue. He's stringent with himself in his accountings, and gives and yields the others to others when he buys from them, and but did not demand about what they owe him. So again, from the beginning, he's stringent with others on his accounting, right? Meaning on his accounting, whatever he has to pay others, right? There is his debts, right? And the debts, his debts, the debts that he owed him, that owned him, right? He's stringent. So meaning that the debts must be paid, right? So meaning it's not always good. Like sometimes a person wants to forgive the debt. So it's not always good to forgive the debt, because why? You can spoil that person. He was going to borrow from somebody else, and he decided, so the debts not always have to be paid back. Understand? That's so alternative, this word behashban could mean when drawing up a bill. Behashban. When describing the redemption of a Jew sold to Gentiles, as it says, Vayikra 25:50, make an accounting with the master. Oh, okay. Right. So let me explain. So there it says when a Jew was sold to a non-Jew as a slave, and now we're obligated to buy him back. So you have to, and I think I have a clip about it as well. I think, right? And the clip goes like this. I mean, the idea goes like that. So this, it's like long, like a very complicated formula. Like for example, this Jew was sold to a non-Jew for 10 years, let's say, like 10 years, but he worked like 3 years and 7 months and 3 weeks. Let's say I'm just making up the 3 weeks and 2 days. So you have to be, you're a Jew, you have to be good in math. So you have to calculate exactly how much you have to pay to Gentile. So this guy, he does know fractions, he does know formula, he does not know the calculations, how many years, how many days, how many months. But so technically you can cheat them, he would not even find out in a million years, right? But we have to be honest and do this very precise calculation. Behashban. Right, very, very important. Baba Kama 113b asked, may we deceive him? And he replies, the Torah state, make an account, right? Meaning make an account, right? So not allowed to deceive him. So, and we're talking about Jew and non-Jew who is the master of Jewish slave. So maybe like he pay me a little more, like a little less. Yeah, these Jews suffered enough under his rulership. Not allowed. There is be meticulous on the account. So even this guy never ever is going to find out, like he would not be able to calculate properly, but it's not we're not doing because of him, even because of him as well, but because Hashem said so. Okay, so he's a source where I got it from. Here we go. It's Hilchos Gneva 7:8, right? There is a Rambam commentary on the Mishnah Kelim 12:7. Okay, right. So meaning that we have to be very, very precise with account wherever wherever we have to pay to others, right? And others have to pay to us. Right, so it's both works both ways. So maybe the guy wants to pay you more because he does not know, and some people like round up, and like especially in the poor country, people so embarrassed of the so poor, and they one of the countries that there was, they try round up like to your advantage, like you normal, like for you like $3, it's a huge thing. Like why would you do that? So always give them change, like don't, please, right? Maybe in America, I mean also in America, it's proper to give a correct change. If like sometimes some like we had this elderly lady, right? So she does not have did not have a credit card. She unfortunately her daughter died, and her wife, her husband is in prison. Like, she's an unfortunate person, right? And she has she was living with two of her grandkids. She does not have a credit card. She's like on public assistance or something. But sometimes she would need to buy things like wardrobe, like I don't know, some other things, whatever she needed. So she would ask us to buy for her, like because you need credit card to buy online. And she would give us cash, and she's very poor. And she would give us extra money, and we know exactly how much, and we would give a change like to the penny. And she said, no, but please take it. We said, we don't need, look, we paid this much, like 37 cents, so we give you more, like exact change. What is the problem? So you want to give this money to tzedakah? It's your money. Give it to tzedakah. Give it to somebody else. Like, why should we take it from you? Understand? So she was very impressed, and very impressed. So this a little change, like very interesting, very. Right. Right. So continue. 1 second. 55, 56. Continue. So again, he's stringent with himself in his accounting, gives and yields to others. When buys from them, right? So they insist a little more, giving a little more, and not demanding about what they owe him. Meaning, if they did not give me a correct change, the complete change, let him be. So it says Megillah 28a quotes Nehunya ben Hakana as related that one of the virtues which he was granted long life was his generosity and willingness to forego debts onto him. Right. So it's very interesting. So in this page, and maybe for a page and a half, I think. It is a count of all of the great rabbis, and students ask him, Rabbi, why are you living so long? Basically, why deserves such a long life? Not that they want HaShem him to die, but they try to learn Torah. What merit they have to live a long life? 57. Just 1 second. Checking time. Let's since we said we're going to have a break, let's have a quick break, 5 minutes, and we continue after the break. 5 minutes. So we continue with our Mishnah, and it says he pays for the purchase immediately, right? So this Torah sage, but as we said, it applies to all of us, right? Pays for the purchase immediately. And it says in Yoma 86a, quotes Rav as saying, what is the example of Hil HaShem, the secretion of God's name, where I, meaning Rav, do purchase meat and do not pay the butcher immediately. Meaning that the people say, yeah, this guy, he just comes and take whatever he wants, right? And doesn't have to pay. And I was in my younger years, I worked in a kosher like catering, and it was supervising rabbi. He would come and take things, right? Take things. I mean, hopefully he paid, but did not look like, because sometimes he would exit from where I was working. I was working in the back with other guys. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so right, so for this guy maybe it was normal, but for Rav it was not normal, right? He said maybe like today we have credit card, so anyway you're going to pay. This butcher, meaning this store owner, he's going to get money one way or another. I mean, like in a few days, will buy a credit card. I'm not sure how long, maybe 1 day, 2 days. I'm not sure. Whatever is it, right? But for like in olden days, so meaning the person would write down or remember whatever you own him, and you bring money whenever you can. Okay, so Rav said for me not to pay right away would be like Hilchot HaShem, because purchase because people think, yeah, this rabbi, you can go to any store, because guess what? If he said he would say to this butcher, if you're not going to give me money, this meat for free, I'm going to declare that your store is not kosher. Guess what? Nobody's going to buy. So every normal person would pay off, right? So, but so people would not suspect him. Okay. Okay, immediately. In Hilchos De'ot 5:11, Rambam also refers to this statement, but qualifies it in Edim. This is when he has the means to pay. Right. Okay, very interesting. So meaning if he does not have a means to pay, so he can buy it on credit, the way I understand. The commentaries debate whether here Rambam is restating the statement from Hilchos De'ot or make it a different point. There is, though the buying on credit when one cannot pay immediately is not considered Hilchot HaShem, it is not befitting Torah sage. Meaning the Torah sage should pay, maybe borrow money from somewhere, so nobody would see that he does not have money, because it's like Hilchot HaShem. Yeah, like you call yourself a beloved of Hashem, you learn the Torah day and night, and you cannot pay for meat, like 1 pound of meat. Like, does not sound good. Okay, continue. He does not act as a guarantor. Okay, so what's the problem with guarantor? We're going to see. And we've actually learned it just recently. Okay, so it says, what is guarantor? Proverbs 11:15 states, one who acts as a guarantor for a stranger shall surely suffer harm. One who hates I cannot pronounce this word. Surtiship is safe. Okay, we're going to explain. I mean, we know what it means. This warning is echoed in Yevamos 109a. Flee from 3 things: annulment of the marriage by a minor, right? Miyun, right? Accepting deposit, and serving as a guarantor. Okay, so let's try to understand. So do not be a guarantor. So there are two types of guarantors. One type of guarantor is when you sign a paper, right, like a contract. So this guy, your friend, borrows $1,000, and you say, okay, if he cannot pay for whatever reason, right, I'm going to, he's my brother, he's my friend, childhood friend, I'm going to sign. So if he cannot pay, I'll pay. But there's another form of guarantor, and everybody love it, right? The creator love it when it says I'm guarantor. So meaning that you have, I don't remember exactly what is like technical word for it, but he's on the same level, but the idea is correct. He's the same level is the borrower. So meaning this guy, the creditor, has a choice of whom to come, to you to collect money, or to him, to this creditor, to this borrower, right? Meaning, so if this guarantor is a rich person, so he can go to him. Of course, this guarantor can take that the borrower to court, pay me back, but because of his stupidity, why do you put yourself in that situation? Right? Meaning that this borrower always knows, okay, this guy, this guarantor, even so meaning even if I fail to pay, guess what? They're not going to come to collect from my field, not going to come to collect from my car. They go to this guy and collect from him, and he has a job, steady job. He's going to pay. Guess what? That's being guarantors. So we try and never be a guarantor unless you have no choice, absolutely no choice. Right. So they say flee from 3 things: annulment of the marriage of the minor. So meaning minor. Annulment of the marriage of the minor, meaning when father sold his daughter into the slavery, not slavery, like that master whoever buys her is supposed to marry her until her majority, and until she's 12 and a half or something, right? So if he did not declare that he's going to marry her, or he can give her to his son, so he has to let her free. But if he decided to marry her, I think at the age of 12, from 12 to 12 and a half, if I remember correctly, she can simply dissolve the marriage. She said, I'm not interested, basically. So they say, so don't be one of these people who give you this advice. Like, why, like, you work there, so you're a younger girl, and he's a older guy, of course. I mean, he bought her, right? So yeah, just go free, just go enjoy your life. How do you know it's good advice? Maybe would be safe with this guy, right? And she's from poor family, and she's going to get harassed. Beautiful girl for all the other low life people. So maybe it's much more safer and better for her life to stay in this house. Understand? So all of these people who give this advice is not always the smart people, the best people, right? Accepting deposits, right? So who needs this? Like accepting deposit, what does it mean? Somebody leaves you something for safekeeping. He left your watch, and then guess what? Your kid, 3 years old, they bend this watch on the, I don't know, deep in the toilet or something, right? So this watch stopped working, and this watch is from Swiss or something. I don't know, it costs $3,000, and he said, okay, you have to repair this watch or buy a new one. Like there is some special piece of mechanism that is like got rusty because your kid dipped it. Well, what can I do? You have to pay me. This guy, look, I've been like doing you a favor. Now I have to pay like $1,200 to fix the watch. Like, you normal? Why would you do this? Yeah, but he's responsible. You understand? Because he shouldn't be so negligent and put it in a place where 3 years old can reach. That's very simple. It's his negligence brought to the situation. So he would need to pay. So meaning the person, like, he had no problems, have a good life, more or less. And now, because he accepted deposit, he brought all the trouble upon himself. If nothing happened, no problem, right? You did somebody a favor. But if not, who needs that, right? And Soren is a guarantor, as we just explained. So as I said, that like this last mission, this mission is loaded with things. Okay, so next one is accept objects for deposit. I mean, I think we explained, but okay. Our translation based on the passage Yevamos quoted above. Alternatively, kablan could be interpreted as guarantor who makes more encompassing commitment. I mean, kablan also, like, we use it as a contractor, I think, right? I mean, right. Okay, continue. Or act as a debt collector for the lender. So meaning that everybody had this debt collector, and that's when Jews went into this what is it? This government like tax taxes business that, like in Europe, that was they became very hated, right? So the kings want to collect taxes. He's many times they were illiterate. The kings themselves were illiterate. Some were literate, but they didn't want to do it. And it's like you need a brain, and you have to create like a system how to do that. And the Jews they just came from the Western Europe. They were kicked out, right? And they went to Eastern Europe, and they say, look, we need right to you cannot buy land, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. But what you can do, you can collect taxes for the king, right? Can you like read and write? Yes, the Jews can read, can just write. Jews are good in math, so they now Jews have to go from house to house and demand money. And people say we don't have, but you see, yeah, look, you have silver piece there. You do have, right? So and, of course they're not just with them. So and now guess what? Even though these Jews were working for a commission, I'm not sure. Like maybe 20% commission, 15%, I don't know, whatever commission is. It's a good commission. Don't take me wrong, it's a good commission. But they had to do a lot of things. They had to hire all these people, all the travel, right? And non-Jews start hating them. Even like, let's say, they 85% of these taxes were going to the king. They love the king and hate the Jews. So unfortunately. Right, so debt collector for a lender. That's how it came out. Commentary. The activity to which Shavuos meaning Talmud 31a applies the words of censure found in Haskell 18:18, and he did not act properly among his people to such an individual. Right. See also Hilchos Shluchin 5:5. Right. So meaning it looks like you're trying to do like a favor to somebody, but if this guy would want to pay, he would pay, or this. Right. So meaning they do not want to pay to the lender, and you're trying to get the money from them. Not a good idea to be in that position. Continue. He accepted obligation in the matter of buying and selling, for which the Torah does not hold him liable. But in order to uphold and do not back on the verbal commitments. So let's see in the commentary what exactly does it mean. According to the Torah law, a transgression is not completed until it is confirmed by kinyan, a formal legal act. Thus, even though the two individuals have verbally agreed to transaction, and an agreement does not consider a binding obligation, nevertheless, man of good faith will stand by his verbal commitment, and a person who fails to do so does not find favor in the eyes of our sages. Right. See Baba Metzia 48a, 49a. See also Shvias 10. Okay. So all right. So we did not finish with the commentary. So basically, we actually learned this topic. I'm going to remind us in our Tuesday class, Kizu Shulchan Aruch, and would be at the end of the second volume, or close to the end of this second volume, when we're talking about this verbal agreement. And our topic, I'm going to remind, was Mishapera. We also have clips about it, like short clips, meaning if as we started before, like when a Jew says yes, means yes. When he said no, no. So if they agreed to buy, and they were pretty specific, it's not like a general like do you sell fish? Yes, I'll sell fish. And how big is the fish? You have salmon? Yes. And how many pounds approximately? I want to buy the whole fish. It's approximately 10 pounds. Let's say. I don't know. I'm just making up story, right? Okay, 10. Okay, so sounds good. How much is the pound? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So did he say that he's going to buy? No, he did not say he's going to buy. Right? This store owner think that he's going to come back. Maybe next week, maybe he's going to send his sons, like his wife or something. But when they're talking about this specific fish or something, oh, that's beautiful fish. Oh, tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. I don't know, something like holiday. I should buy this fish, and I just need to get the money. So how much he said? And the guy said $5 a pound. He said $5 a pound for $4.50. I said no, okay. For $4.90, and they were meaning what they're very close to the final price. He said, okay, so let me go get the money. So meaning like they're very close to agreement or something. Or he said, I want this salmon or something. I want this chair or something. I said, oh, you want this chair? So I'm going to put it aside. Nobody can buy this chair until we come with the money. So meaning did they sign anything? No. Did he give the deposit? No. Did this guy did the kinyan? Did he pick up the chair, move it to the different place? No, he did not. Like nothing. Can they back off? Technically, yes, technically. But our sages say when something like that's going on, you can take him to court and the court is going to give him a curse of mishapera. Mishapera meaning the God who cursed these people of the of the time of the flood, the people of the Babel, Babel Tower, this and that, who did not keep this word. May he curse this person who is not going to abide by his word. So technically, are you allowed to back off this transaction? Yes, 100%, because like you did not do anything on a Torah law or even rabbinic law, right? But they're going to curse. So meaning that's a Jewish law, and some people actually like it. I got messages from other people that were very impressed. Like I said, yeah, that's a Jewish law. So for us, you say yes, it must mean yes. Are they clowns? Yes, but that's why we call them clowns. Are they some of them wearing a religious garb? 100%. But clowns wear the different garbs. Like do they make not clowns? No. Right, so we have to be very, very honest, and remember. So just keep in mind this curse and another. Like if you keep up, if you stand up by your word, you remember, as we said before, who is the God of money? Who is the God of money? Hashem is God of money. You do kiddush Hashem. You can even announce. So look, I'm actually losing money, but I'm a Jew. I'm a religious Jew. And that's it's actually that right. So right, since since that's what Jews do. We're honest in business, even though I was not obligated. Right? You agree, Chris? Yeah, I was not obligated, and Pete for sure he would back off. But I'm a religious Jew. We're going to keep the agreement. Okay, even though I'm losing 20%, let's do it. That's it. So Hashem is going to compensate. The case of Mishnah states, continuing with commentary, that some texts read do not accept obligations for which the Torah does not hold him liable. Okay, he favors the version which interprets as referring to the one who refuses to accept obligation when he not liable for. However, the case of Mishnah, who agrees. Okay, continue. He goes to all of this, like people who agree, who do not agree. Okay, continue. 162. If others have obligation to him, so now, right? So we do it from other side. To him by law, he grants them extension and pardon them, right? He lends, right? So meaning now people have to owe him and say, but by the 15th of the month, and the guy comes and say, oh, look, I cannot, I know it says in our that's like in our contract you can repossess my car, you can get this, I know I signed it because I was sure, please allow me some time, and you need the money. So I said, okay, no problem. So it's a proper thing to do. Okay, commitments. 1 second. Right, and he lends and bestow gifts. So it's very interesting in Torah. So even though we must be very, very careful the way we lend and to whom we lend and how we handle the loan, but Torah says many times you must lend, right? You must lend. So meaning just because it's dangerous, right? A person can get into a dangerous situation and some tricky situation. Does not mean that we're not we can abstain from lending. If you have, like if a poor person comes to you, or you know that somebody is in need, and the guy is every morning that he would like for 5 in the morning, he already like warming up his car and he's going to work, construction, whatever work, and now like for past 2 months, his car is in a driveway. Guess what? He's not working. He lost his job. He lost his contract. Whatever he lost. Understand? So maybe he needs a loan. Psalms 112:5 quotes quoted above states, "It is good for a person to be generous and lend." Right? It's good. And Hashem was called to bless such a people. Okay. Okay, so continue. Almost done. He does not encroach upon another's occupation. Right, so let's see commentary. So meaning if if somebody already has this kind of business, so don't encourage, don't open the same business. Sanhedrin 81a interprets, he who has not defiled the neighbor's wife. Right, so I mean, Haskell 18:6. Right, so of course, as referring to a person who did not encroach a colleague's source of income. So it has nothing to do with his wife. So that's why we're not Christians. We don't read the Torah literally. You always have to go and see commentaries. So we have several new clips where we explain the commentary like exactly opposite. I mean, not exactly opposite, much deeper. Like just reading like the text, you would not ever guess what it meant. Right. So again, the verse in Haskell say, he who has not defiled the neighbor's wife, meaning it's referring to the person who did not encroach on a colleague's source of income. So meaning the source of income is there is like a explanation, so dear to him as his own wife. Right, so he cares about the source of income. Okay. Certain aspects of his behavior are forbidden by the Torah law, as Rambam mentioned in Hilchos Shechinim, chapter 8, Mishnah 8 through 10. Perhaps Rambam implies that a person of extremely exemplary character should go beyond the measure of the law in this area. Okay. Meaning sometimes it's not forbidden. It's not forbidden if it's not too close. If it's for example, you have like on a busy street, like a city street, you have two stores, like, and then both of them like not big. So one block that I pass when I go to my shul, they have three. On a half a block, they have three grocery stores. They sell groceries, the same stuff, like maybe different. I never went to this, right? Ishmaelim, in Shash, right? So, but they are like across the street from apartment buildings. I mean, there are so many people live in these buildings. Many of them do not have cars, right? So meaning they would like cross the street and buy. Maybe there's a premium or they charge. Of course, they charge more than a regular supermarket. But three of them, like almost door to door, all of them surviving. Right? Is it like if they encroach is other business? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. But meaning what I'm trying to say, there's so much business there. So like they sell, I guess, something different. Carry some the different merchandise, and that's good enough. Enough business for everyone. But this diligent person would not, person of exemplary character would not do that. Okay, continue. Again, the whole sentence, he does not encroach upon another's occupation, nor does he ever causes someone's discomfort. Commentaries say some of the commentary sees the reference to the prohibition of wronging colleague with speech. Right. See Hilchos. Okay. Right. So discomfort meaning so with speech, did he lose anything? Maybe no. There was nobody present. Okay. Continue. The rule is that he should be among the pursued and not pursuers. Meaning, don't offend anybody. Let other people offend you. No problem. Among those who accept humiliation, and among those who, and not among those who humiliate others. And that's actually very, very interesting topic that we discussed in this class many times. People ask similar question about the life situation, like from the different perspective. But here's Rambam tells us. I told them, but now Rambam tells to all of us. Right, so don't. Right, it's better to be among the humiliated, but not the ones who humiliate. And as we said, I think we did. Maybe I'm confusing this with another class. So, but Hashem said, like when there is no more merits in the Jewish nation, right? Like when go down, so Hashem makes that everybody like go against the Jews. Like what happened in the Second World War? Right, everybody hated the Jews like openly, right? Everybody, and then he said, Hashem said, "Oh, everybody is them against them. So now this my rule is going to be turned on that I'm always on the side of a pursuit, and even this pursuit is the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest, since everybody against him. So Hashem, I'm said I'm going to be with him. So and if we Chas v'sholom we don't have any merit, so now like." If sometimes, unfortunately, that's the only merit we have, and Hashem comes to our side, right? So, right. So, meaning that Hashem's also always on the hands of the downtrodden people. Okay. So I'm going to skip commentary. It's just reference. Continue. Whoever does all of the above, and their like, of him, Ishayahu 49:6 states. And he said to me, he meaning Hashem said to me, you are my servant, right? Israel, through whom I will be glorified. Meaning that the Jews cannot be like all other people, not in the mode of dress, as we learned in the first part of our book, not in our behavior, like what is absolutely normal and maybe even praiseworthy for the other people. They just follow the law. For us, it's not. It's not, because we represent him. Hashem expects more of us. And of course, as we said, he always going to compensate. So people worry that they're going to lose. Nobody lose out to serving Hashem. Nobody ever. From the beginning of time until the end of the time. So that's a guarantee. Okay, so last commentary. The Rambam statement have the tone of summation. This halacha concludes his discussion of the mitzvah of developing our characters in attempting to follow the path of God. Chapter 6 begins the discussion of different subjects that touch on the relations with others. So now, right, so up until now, we finish the self-development between us and Hashem, and now we're going to, like the next time, not right now, we're going to start relationship, how to develop relations between us and other people, which a lot of questions. Hashem is exactly about this area. Okay, so let's start here.